Hey everybody, I hope that y'all are having a super blessed and beautiful day. So today I just stopped by to have you get ready with me. Y'all see my face isn't done yet. And the reason is I wanted to share with you one of my, literally it has been out of stock forever. Everybody has been like, okay, when is it coming back in? When is it coming back in? So it is back in stock. It is the famous BB cream. So I'm going to be doing a demo with it today because this is what I'm going to be wearing. So I wanted to show you live and in person how to apply it and what it looks like when you apply it. Um, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vandetta, and I help women show up in the world looking and feeling like the best version of themselves, but without looking overly done. So if you are someone who maybe has been struggling with your makeup and you're not into all the crazy makeup trends, then you want to keep watching this video because this is for you. You are going to love it. I will be teaching you my super simple um, makeup tip that you can use every single day when you wake up just to have flawless skin. I like this BB cream is so amazing. This is from my collection, the by Vendetta Beauty. But the reason that I curated this entire thing that I'm going to show you is because so many women are just sick and tired of all the crazy makeup trends and they just want to look, polished and put together in a quick and easy way. So you will love it. So stay tuned for that. So I also wanted to share with you all, I have two amazing Black Friday slash Cyber Monday slash Small Business Saturday, all these things. I don't even know. I have put together some really special um, bundles for you. And they are really going to bless you because part of the bundles is, yes, you receive a total glam box, which is so amazing. It's so awesome, y'all. But the other piece to that is you will have me personally, literally, as your beauty coach. And it is a class that I put together. You have to go in for all the details. I don't want to get into all of that on this video because I want to keep it kind of short because I just want to show you how to apply this makeup. But go in, click the link in my bio, tap the first button. After you click the link, tap the first button, and the details will be there for the class and for the bundle deal. Now, I do want to let you know that it actually ends Monday, I think at midnight. So if you're going to get in, you want to go ahead and get in now. You can DM me for more information if you have questions, but I just wanted to let you know about that. So we're going to go in. So I am applying the BB cream. Oops, let me get in the shot, the BB cream. And I am just going to start by adding a little here, a little here, a little on my forehead, nose. I just like to add it straight from the brush instead of on my fingers. Even though I'm not opposed, I do that as well. And then the brush that I'm using is just a stipple brush. And I want you to see how it blends in. Now, this is the makeup, no makeup look. And this is how I just get that flawless look every single day. Now, the big deal about BB cream is that it looks like skin. It does not look like you are wearing any type of heavy foundation. So for those of you who are afraid of foundation and you don't want to, because I know so many women just don't like foundation because it looks cakey, right? And a lot of that has to do with the application of the makeup. But I just wanted to create something that's super simple, super easy, so you don't even have to think about that. So this goes on flawlessly and beautifully 100% of the time. And it just literally looks like skin. It helps to even out your skin without looking cakey. And you literally look like you woke up like this. Okay? And I know my camera keeps going in and out of focus, y'all. I'm trying. And you notice that I'm bringing it down on my neck because that is a huge mistake that a lot of people make. They do not bring their foundation down on the neck. So I like to do that just to tie everything in together. All right. And I also like to, you see me applying it on my eyes and underneath my eyes as well. I like to cover as much as I can with either the foundation or the BB cream so that when you do go in to apply your concealer and all your your highlighter and all of those things, you literally will use less product, okay? All right, so that is the BB cream. And you'll see that, super flawless. Now the BB cream does come in several different shades. So it starts at fair and goes all the way to the deeper shade, the dark shade. Now these do adjust, so it's based on your shade range, not your undertone. So it's based on your shade range. So it will adjust to your skin, no matter what your color is. Okay, so if you are anywhere from dark to deep, then you would use the BB cream that I am applying to my face for dark skin. And then you have your medium deep, medium, light, and then fair. And if you want, you can click the link in my bio and you can go see all the colors there. And you just click on Shop Viva Vendetta. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of corrector. So I like to use 2 concealers, okay? The first one that I use is going to correct the darkness. I have a little bit of darkness. Now I did get most of it gone with the BB cream. That's why I said do cover as much as you can with the BB cream. But I have a little bit of darkness and discoloration underneath my eyes. And then I also like to go around my mouth. And this is why you have to customize. Your makeup routine needs to be customized. So you need to identify your areas of concern so that you will know where to apply the product properly, because not everyone will need a corrector. Okay, so I am just going to blend this in. So we just got rid of that discoloration, and then I'm just going to blend it right underneath my eyes as well. I get like really dark circles due to allergies. So I really like to color correct under my eyes as well, okay? And then next, we are actually going to highlight. We are going to highlight. Now I am going to just blend out a little bit here. I like to just go back in with my foundation brush, the same brush I used for the foundation, just to bring everything together. Okay. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is highlight. Now this is by Milani. This is the Milani concealer. And I like to highlight down the center of my nose. Obviously underneath the eyes. Now there's a few different techniques that you can do here. I am just doing a really quick one. Inside of my beauty course, I teach you how highlighting and like all of the steps. And then I also like to do chin. And then I like to do just right in here. So now I am going to take a fluffy brush. It is a small fluffy brush that I like to use to blend out my concealer around my eyes and into the inner corners. If you are someone who gets really dark in those inner corners, you really want to make sure that you blend it in well in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Now, when we are doing this, you want to also make sure that you are taking time to blend, because just like anything else, my camera's going out of focus, y'all. Sorry. Just like anything else, if you don't blend, it can go wrong really fast, right? So blending is your friend. And notice that I am blending up and out, right? Because you want everything to stay lifted and up. You never want to bring it down. That's why there's so many weird, and I shouldn't say weird, but there's so many trends that you see on a lot of the social media, and they're showing things that are just not realistic for an everyday woman, because most women want lifting and, on their face. It's not like you want this big blob of concealer down on your cheeks to drag your face down. Like, who wants that? Nobody wants that, right? So you just want to be strategic in your placement. And now you see me just blending in the concealer, the highlighter on my chin. And the reason I'm calling it highlighter is because it is concealer, but I'm using a highlighter that's lighter than my skin in those key areas to highlight and bring them forward. Okay, just to brighten up the areas. I think I did not add any to my forehead, so let me do that. I also like to highlight there. So if you're wondering about like all of this, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. Well, in my class, I walk you through all of this, but not only just showing you my tips and techniques, but I also teach you the why behind it. Because so often when you are watching the YouTube videos and all the things for entertainment, there are things that you're learning and you don't even know why. They may not even apply to you. You personally may not even need to do them. Okay. It may be just specific for that person who is doing their makeup that day. Okay. All right. So everything is highlighted. And then what you see me doing, that's why I love this brush so much, because I like to always go back in and then just buff out any of those edges of the highlighter and the concealer, because I don't want any harsh lines. I don't want any weird lines or on my face. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do is use this powder. Like, this powder is everything. This is a powder from V by Vendetta, also from my brand. It's a setting powder, so it literally takes away all of the excess shine on the face. I personally like a dewy look, but I don't like to look shiny. So what you do, you just grab a little bit, and yes, it is white, but it disappears. It's transparent, and I just buff it. So basically what this is going to do is set your highlight. So everywhere that you highlight it, you want to set it with this powder. Just set it, okay? And for now, I'm not gonna buff it in. I'm just going to set it. So I put highlighter around my mouth. I put it down the center of my nose, right? And then I put it on my forehead. So it was under my eyes, down the center of my nose, around my mouth and forehead. So now my powder is setting. While my powder is setting, I am going to start my brows. Now, this is my Instant Brow Fix by V by Vendetta. So this is a huge tip that I have for you if you have sparse brows, which most of us do. Most women have sparse brows. If you have sparse brows, you want to use this product before you apply before you do your brows, okay? So the first thing I like to do is brush my brows up just so that I can see what I'm working with. It's almost time for me to get my brows done again. So after I brush my brows up, then I take my Instant Brow Fix and then I just fill them in. And this is in the shade Chocolate. And this is going to fill in my brows so that when I go to shape them with my pencil, it will literally be less work. Over here, are y'all like me? Like, everybody has one full brow and one sparse brow. This is my fuller brow. So I don't need as much filler with this one. Okay, do a little bit here. So I personally like a more structured brow. So if you are someone who likes a more structured brow, meaning it's a more full looking brow, then you will love this technique. If not, I have another technique that you may love. If you like the ombre looking brow, then inside of the Royal You class, we also teach that as well. Okay, so now just brush it through, right? And then I brush them over. So now you can see just how much that this brow filler filled my brows in. If I wanted to, I don't really even have to use the pencil for anything. I could just carve my brows out with concealer and be done with it. But I like to do a little bit more structure on my brows. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to use my mirror, um, and I am going to add a little bit more to the tail of my brow. And if you are someone who struggles with your brow, I have an amazing brow class that you can take, where I will teach you how to do your brows. Once you learn how to do them, mapping out your brows and all of that, it takes no time at all. All right, so all I am doing is just going in and outlining my brows to give them more structure and more balance. And there are actually steps to do this, but I'm just going really fast because I want you to just see how quickly you can create this look. Okay. Now what I am going to do, and then, oh, also I wanted to let you know, when you are using a brow pencil, make sure that it has a spoolie on the end, because this really matters, because you really want to be able to use that spoolie to brush up your brows and kind of see where you need to go back in and work with. Okay, so next we are going to carve out the brow. I just put a few dots of the same concealer, or the highlighter, the highlighting concealer that I use. I just put a few little dabs of that underneath my brow bone. And then I just carve it out. And what this does is it literally helps to clean up underneath that brow. And notice that I'm just keeping it right underneath the arch of my brow. I'm not going all the way over here with it, which you can, but if you do that, you just want to make sure that you don't have that super white look that far in, okay? And here you want to use a different color concealer. Now, sometimes I will use the same one, just because I personally know how to feather it out to where it doesn't look as bright. But if you do not know how to do that, then just use a darker concealer in there, one that's closer to your skin tone. So now I'm just bringing it down, bringing the concealer down to my lid. And this will also help with your eyeshadow application as well, okay? We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Just carving out that brow. And now the purpose of this is, it obviously you can see how it highlights that brow bone, and it just makes your eyes look so much more wide open, and it also cleans up this area. So next I am going to use a concealer that is the same color of my skin, or as close as I can get to my skin tone. And I'm going to come in at the front of my brow with that. And I'm also going to use it around the top to carve out the top. You never want to use that lighter one there. So I'm just going to carve out. And I know you are probably thinking, oh my goodness, like, what is happening, right? Why all these different, what is happening with all these different concealers? And I like to use my finger, but all of these things are explained inside of the class, because there's a why. There's a why. And that's something that I think is hugely missing on YouTube when you're watching the YouTube videos. And this is why I literally started to teach private classes, is because so many people don't know why they're doing something, and they can also be doing it and it not work for them, simply because whoever you are watching on YouTube, they were doing it based on their need, not yours, right? Based on their personal needs for their particular skin and their look. So next, we are going to go in with the bronzer. This is one of my absolute favorite bronzers. It's by Revolution Glow. You can only find this one online, or I've only been able to find it online. And it's so beautiful. It comes in all different shades. I like to start applying it. I just grab a little bit, tap the brush, and I like to start at the outer corners of my eye, and I like to work my way in. And I contour my eye. Just like you contour your face, your cheekbones, I like to contour my eye before applying any eyeshadow at all. Do you have to do this? Nope. You can even, many times I just wear this all by itself and nothing else. Now, I also wanted to share with y'all a scripture. This morning when I was doing my Bible study, I was in Mark 5, verse 36, where Jesus is telling, I think it was Jairus, only believe. Only believe. And I feel like that is the word that God was speaking to me this morning, and maybe speaking to many of you. I think that is a word for all of us. Just trust and only believe. So often when we get into hearing something, some news that we didn't, don't consider great news, we move into fear and doubt. But Jesus says, only believe. Only believe. Now, this is a little bit of the same bronzer, and I'm just using it to carve out my cheekbones. And I love this brush, y'all. This brush is so amazing. You actually get one of these brushes in the bundle. When you go click the link in my bio, in the Faith and Beauty bundle, you will see everything that you get inside of the bundle. This brush is one of those things that you get. It's a must-have brush. I love it. And then now I'm going to use the exact same bronzer, and I'm just going to carve out my nose. Or not carve it out. I'm going to carve my nose. I am just going to contour my nose. All right. And now I'm going to come back in with my powder. Y'all, the reason this powder is so awesome, this white powder that I showed you, totally transparent. The reason it's so awesome, it literally makes you look airbrushed. You will look, it's like, why do you even need a filter, right? It's like the best filter you will ever use. You will love it. Love it. And it looks beautiful on all skin tones. So no matter if you are chocolate like me, or if you are lighter, medium skin tone, it works. It works on all skin tones. Okay, and then I just like to buff it out. And then the last thing that I like to do is take a powder that is the same exact color of my skin tone, and I like to bring it all together. All over. And it just smooths out any harsh lines that you may have created. And it just tones everything down. And then even onto the neck as well. All right. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of liner. Now, this is a gel pencil liner. I love this because it goes on super smooth. And I am just going to create like a soft, smudgy line. There's a lot of you who say that you cannot draw a straight line. Well, you don't have to with this technique. You can just smudge it on. Smudge it on your eyelid. Start at the outer and then work your way in. It's a lot easier than starting in, and then you can just connect. Super simple. And I have lots of product recommendations for you, for those of you who will be joining the class. Lots of product recommendations to make your life easier. It's just always so much easier when you know what to use, right? And how to use it. All right. So from here, you can just add a little bit of mascara or not. I like mascara because I like big lashes. Now, I'm not really into the fake lashes. I don't personally use lashes on myself. I have, especially when I'm teaching, I will teach people how to do them. However, I like just to make my lashes that God gave me, I just like to enhance them with a little bit of mascara. And I do have a technique that I will be teaching that I actually teach to my students, but I'll also be teaching it in the upcoming class on how to make your lashes look a lot bigger than they are. All right, so the mascara that I'm using, this one's by Huda Beauty. I love it. And it's actually a double-ended mascara. So I love that because it has two different formulas and two different brushes on either side. So anyway, so there's your mascara. And then we are going to top it off with one of my favorite products in Viva Vendetta. I just got this back in stock as well. Everybody has been waiting on this. This is the Cocoa Puff, the famous Cocoa Puff. Y'all, I get so many text messages and DMs asking when Cocoa Puff was coming back. Well, Cocoa Puff is back. But now is the time. There's limited supplies of Cocoa Puff. Everybody loves Cocoa Puff because it's so pretty and it looks so beautiful on all skin tones. And you can wear it over a lipstick that you currently love, or you can wear it by itself. I personally love to wear it by itself, just because it's so pretty. And that is it. Oh, and I do like to, I have a beauty mark on my face. And it's so funny, whenever I was growing up, I hated it because I would get teased by it. But now, because I know who I am, the royal daughter of the King of Kings, I embrace everything that God gave me. So he gave me my beauty mark, which I never considered to be a beauty mark ever. But now I do. And so I like to enhance it. I like to enhance it. So if you have a beauty mark, enhance it with a little bit of liquid eyeliner. And just be great. Be the beautiful you that God created you to be. Okay? All right. So that is it. That is the look. So today we're just going to go over what we used. So we used the Viva Vendetta BB cream. Y'all saw the before and now y'all see the after. Just super flawless. Literally pretty. Super natural, right? Just very, very, very natural looking. Does not look like a heavy, thick, cakey makeup. And then I used the powder, the setting powder. I do also use another setting powder sometimes if I'm going for a different type of look. I use the Banana Luxury Powder. But this one is so pretty because it literally, it has no color. So it literally takes off the shine. It doesn't alter the color of your makeup or anything. You don't have this big yellow glow like you do sometimes with the banana powder, which I sometimes like the yellow glow. But I love using, if you're just going for that really super pretty natural airbrush look, you want to set it with this powder. And this is also available in Viva Vendetta. And then I use the Milani concealers. And then I used the Viva Vendetta Instant Brow Fix to fill in my brows first before I filled them in, or before I started to create shape with them with the pencil. And then we used my favorite bronzer to contour my eyes, to contour my cheekbones, my jawline, and then also my nose. Used all of that with one bronzer. I didn't even put on any eyeshadow, no eyeshadow. I'll be back doing another video, maybe later today, to show you how you can pop in eyeshadow with this look as well. Like if you wanted to take it into a more glam look, but this is just a super simple, natural, everyday look. And then I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. If I missed something, I'm not sure, but I'll leave everything linked down. I'll leave the link down in the comments, or you can just tap the link in my bio and you can go grab your BB cream, grab your beauty bundle, because listen, this beauty bundle is so amazing. I've never done a bundle like this ever before. I have done glam boxes before. I think I did a glam box like not last holiday season, but the holiday season before that. And it was amazing. But this one has the extra added bonus of a private makeup lesson with me. And then if you upgrade to the other bundle, you will have 3 private makeup lessons with me. So anyway, it's so great. I'm telling you, you need to check it out. All of this goes away officially. And these are mini courses. This is not like the big, huge one that I have, but these are little mini ones that literally will go away Monday. Okay. They will go away Monday. All right, so that is all I have for you today. But before we go, I did want to go back to our scripture because we are doing a little makeup in the word. We don't want to leave out our word. So I wanted to confirm where that scripture was that we talked about. Yes, it was Mark 5. And it was in Mark 5, verse 23, Jairus had come to Jesus and he was begging him. And he was saying, my little daughter lies at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her that she may be healed and she will live. So Jairus is like, I know if you just come lay your hands on my baby, my daughter, she's going to be healed. But as Jesus was getting ready to go, like he was going on his way to do that, that's when the woman with the issue of blood showed up. And you know the story, right? So it slowed him down. It stopped him from, getting there when Jairus wanted him to get there. So when you drop down to verse 34, or no, let's drop down to verse 35. This is after Jesus had the encounter with the woman with the issue of blood and had that whole dialogue conversation there. Well, now Jairus is thinking, it's too late for my daughter, right? So while he was still speaking, and this is verse 35, while he was still speaking, some came from the ruler of the synagogue. Someone came from the ruler of the synagogue and said to Jairus, your daughter is dead. So why even trouble the teacher any further? Your girl is dead. Don't bother Jesus anymore. She's already dead. Forget about it. Well, as soon as Jesus, look at our master, look at how good he is. As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, so he heard this negative word, because this was negative. This was not a good report. He heard this negative word that was spoken. As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he said to the ruler of the synagogue, do not be afraid, only believe. And he permitted no one to follow him except Peter, James, John, and the brother of James. Then he came to the house of the ruler of the synagogue and saw a tumult. I don't know how to pronounce that, but tumult, and those who wept and wailed loudly. When he came in, he said to them, why make this commotion and weep? What are you crying for? Why are you making all this crying, right? The child, she's not dead. She's sleeping. And they ridiculed him. They thought, okay, this guy's crazy. Like, what is he saying? It's obviously the girl is dead, right? Then he took the child by the hand and he told her, Talitha Kumai, which means, it's translated, little girl, I say to you, arise. And immediately the girl arose and walked, for she was 12 years of age, and they were overcome with great amazement. But he commanded them strictly that no one should know it, and said that something should be given to her to eat. So he's like, okay, y'all be quiet. Don't be telling everybody this. Just get the girl something to eat, right? Get the child something to eat to nourish her. But the part that I want to draw your attention to, the part that just grabbed me this morning when I read this, was the part where Jesus said, do not be afraid, only believe. I feel like that's what Jesus is saying to so many of us today, to people today. You may be going through all the things that you're going through. These past 3 years, y'all, have been literally hell on earth for some people. But God himself is telling us, do not be afraid, only believe. Don't listen to those negative reports. Trust God and only believe. So I want you to go back and read this for yourself today, and just know that God has not forgotten you. Just like whenever Jesus was, he's sitting there, he's on his way to heal Jairus's daughter, because Jairus says, come, come help, my daughter's at death's door. He was on his way, but then he got stopped. He got slowed down because of the woman with the issue of blood. He tended to that. Bam, her faith made her whole, but Jesus is still on his way to go see about the girl. But they came and they said, don't even bother the teacher. She's already dead, right? But Jesus is like, shh, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Only believe. So even when something seems like it is impossible, don't allow your words to choke out the blessing. Don't allow your fear, because when we get into fear, we speak fear out of our mouths. So today I want to encourage you, do not allow your fear to come out of your mouth. Do not allow it. And even cast it down when you even think it. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, I can't pay this bill. I have no idea how to pay this bill. I just lost my job. Whatever the thing, may have an illness, sickness, whatever it is, don't allow that fear to come out of your mouth. Only believe. Do what Jesus said. He told them, he said, only believe. Actually, he said, do not be afraid. Only believe. Because that fear can stop the blessing. It can cancel it. It can stop that promise of God in your life, because God's already done it. He's already provided everything that we need. God just needs our trust. He needs our faith and belief. So read this scripture. I hope that this blessed you. It sure did bless me today. And only believe. Jesus loves you. I love you. And remember, be bold, be beautiful, be confident, but most importantly, be you. You are a designer's original. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by the hand of God. Love y'all. And don't forget, tap the link in the bio, grab your BB cream to make you just have that flawless, effortless look. Grab because this has been out of stock forever, y'all. Like this powder has been out of stock forever, but I brought it back by special request from many of y'all. So get that. That is your airbrush. I'm telling y'all see that. It's flawless. It's absolutely flawless. And y'all saw me before with all the things. So anyway, and then also sign up for the class, sign up for the beauty class, get your beauty box, and then you will also get the class with it. All right. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.